Hi, I'm John Anderson with Sun Windows, and this is our fully adjustable GU door hinge. I wanted to show you quickly kind of how the hinge works and how you make the adjustments. All the hinges come with a full set of 3 hex Allen wrenches, a small, medium, and large wrench, and each one of them serve a purpose in the adjustment of the hinge. You'll notice if you look at your hinges that there's 2 set screws that are visible on the outside of the hinge, and then when the door is open there's an additional set screw on the inside. These 2 set screws actually allow you to adjust the hinge in and out and left and right. This hinge controls the up and down adjustment. And what I'll do first is I'll just quickly loosen these hinges up, or loosen these set screws up. Okay, those 2 are loose. And then I'll loosen the one up for the height adjustment, so all 3 adjustments can be shown to you. Now, this is a kind of a unique hinge in that this is a post hinge, and this sits on the frame side of the door, and then this basically fits on top of the post and sits on the door side. So it's a very easy hinge to manipulate. The reason this is coming up is because I've loosened the set screw. But you can see that inside the top of the hinge here, this is kind of oblong in here. And the way the adjustment works is you rotate this cylinder inside this cylinder, and this it moves this cylinder around and gives you a 1/4 of an inch adjustment. I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch on the top. And then if you look at this cylinder, it's also got the post kind of out on the edge. So as you rotate it around, it moves that post to the outside of the edge and gives you another 1/8 of an inch adjustment. So between the 2, you get a full 1/4 of an inch adjustment. So the way you adjust this is you take the small Allen wrench, put it in the head here, and then rotate it around. You can see that moving there, okay? And you also notice that inside there's a ball bearing. So that's another nice thing about this hinge. It's a completely silent hinge because this is a nylon bushing here, and there's a ball bearing inside. So when the post goes inside of there, it's riding in nylon on a ball bearing, and you never have to worry about any squeaking with this hinge. Now, to rotate this around, you take the medium wrench, and you'll see there's actually a socket inside this socket for the medium wrench, and you take it, put it in there so it's gone inside the big one, and then you just rotate it around, okay, and that'll move the post around. And then the big wrench is used for the height adjustment, and you'll see there's a bigger socket for the big wrench here, and it goes in there, and then you just can turn it around to raise and lower the height. Okay? And then when you're done with all the adjustments, one of the things you got to make sure that you do is tighten the set screws so that you don't lose your adjustment once you've done that. Hi, John Anderson with Sun Windows. Now I'm going to show you the hinge on a door. This is one of our sample doors out in the plant, and show you where the adjustments are actually while it's sitting on the door. Basically, the first thing you do when you're going to adjust the hinges on the door is you check the reveal on the door, see if it's wider or narrower, top or bottom, and pretty much left or right. The reveal on this door across the top is pretty good, so it looks nice, and this door is actually operating just fine right now. But if you want to come in a little bit closer, the first thing you'll do is you want to loosen up the set screws on your hinges for the adjustments. And you want to make sure you do that before you start making the adjustments. Otherwise, you could strip some of the screws associated with adjusting the door. But so this is the left-right back and forth hinge adjustment in the top and bottom of the hinge. And then I got to open the door up to loosen the set screw for the height adjustment. And that's this one in here. Okay, so now all 3 set screws on this hinge are loosened. And I would typically go ahead and loosen all of them on all the hinges until I get my adjustments right and then tighten them back up. But we'll go back around outside here. And now what I'm going to show you is I'll take the medium size hex wrench and I'm going to put it up inside here. And now if you get right out here so you can look straight on the hinge here. And now you'll see how this is going to move. You can see this move back and forth when I turn the hinge. Can you see that going back and forth? Okay, and that's basically the adjustment you get. And of course in this door you get that in all three hinges until you get your reveals just perfect in the way you want them. And of course the height on this one's really good. So now that I've got it adjusted the way I want, I'm going to go back, tighten the set screws up so I hold my adjustment so I won't lose it. And then go inside. Don't forget to tighten this one up. Tighten that one up. Now all my set screws are done. I've got a nice reveal and a good operating door. So again, this is Sun Windows GU fully adjustable door hinge. Thanks.